They practically made a newborn part of the players. Like life isn't fair to these ones that are weak, these ones that are helpless. Why on earth would you think that life will be fair to you? It would give her a better chance to play. She was practically playing the same game that adults were playing. Okay, I know that this would be a very common song to a lot of people. A lot of people know about this song. Why? I guess there are some that don't know. So today we are not talking about the movie review. Nope. So today we'll be talking about the lessons that I learned from Squid Game. This movie has been one of the most interesting movies so far for me this year, if I'm being honest. One of the most, I'm not saying the most, right? So I learned quite a number of lessons from this movie, and life lessons, life tips, things that are happening in life practically happened in the movie, alright? So I'll be sharing some of the life lessons that I learned from Squid Game. Talking about Squid Game for me wasn't just a regular movie. It's more or less like a mirror of what life is, the struggles of life, the hustles and bustles of life, right? Talking about the betrayals, the death, the hustle, the purpose, the drive, the greed, and all of it. Squid Game practically showcased the typical nature of a typical human being. Not much further ado, let's just dive right in, because I want to ensure that this video is as short as possible. I'll just dish out the life lessons and move right on. The first lesson that I learned from Squid Game season 1 to 3 is life isn't fair. Life will never be fair. Life hasn't been fair, okay? We have the good, bad, the ugly. We have those that are smart. We have those that are logical. We have those that are physically fit and all of those things. But eventually, that usually does not guarantee that you'll be surviving in life. That usually doesn't guarantee your success or anything. Life comes with its ups and downs. Life comes with its bustles and hustle and everything. So you just have to keep an open mind to what life brings, alright? Watching this movie, I realized that generally, life doesn't always reward fairness. Neither does life care about fairness. Life rewards power. Life rewards opportunity. And most often than not, pure chance and luck, right? I know that a lot of people will feel like luck is not a thing, but sometimes chance happen as well in life, and you might just get lucky, all right? So life isn't always fair. Life has never been fair. This is something I feel like when you have at the back of your mind to give you a better chance to work with. Think about life not being fair. Season 3 highlighted it even more. You know, when number 222 gave birth to our child, I was thinking, oh, this lady just gave birth to a child. She'll be given maybe a fair chance. Maybe she'll be pardoned or pitied. But no. They practically made a newborn part of the players. Like, they didn't even give her a better chance to play. She was practically playing the same game that adults were playing. You are born and immediately you are playing life difficult game without a mother. Even her father wasn't even very much supportive. So if life wasn't fair in the movie to a newborn, even realistically speaking, most of us these days, even in life right now, life isn't fair most times, even to newborn babes, even to little kids. So if life isn't fair to these ones that are weak, these babies that are helpless, most people that are underprivileged, why on earth would you think that life will be fair to you? No days and no peace. Life isn't fair. No matter how much you cry, wail, and all of those things, most times life doesn't respond to the emotions. Alright? On to the next one, the number 2. We are all a product of our decisions. Each and every player that went to that game decided to go for that game. Even when they were given a second chance to decide, most of them still chose to be in that game. Alright? So your decisions, no matter how little it is, has a ripple effect of deciding the outcome of your life. So if you are where you are at right now and you don't like it and you suck at it, it is because of the decisions you have made so far. And if you want to change where you are at, or maybe you're feeling like this is not it, this is not where I want to be, this is not where I am destined to be, it is still based off of your decisions. The decisions that you make now is going to determine what your life will be. It's going to determine where your future is going to be. Alright? So we are all the result. So your life right now is a result of the decisions that you'll be making so far. If you don't like it, that means you'll be making bad decisions. Each and every players in that game made a decision to stay. They made a decision to come for the game, knowing how deadly it is. Though some of them were driven by greed, but eventually nobody forced them into the game. Alright? Force you to make decisions you're making. You have the free will to decide what you want in life. You have the free will to decide whether you want to be a quitter or a winner. You have the free will to decide whether you want to work so hard or be lazy. You have your free will. So whatever it is you're facing right now is as a result of what you have decided by yourself. And something you shouldn't forget is that to every decision you make, whether good or bad, it has a result, it has a consequence. Have this at the back of your mind. Most times life won't give you a second chance to remake your decisions. Alright? So I think you should think properly. Think twice. Ensure that you regurgitate your thoughts. Think properly before making any life-changing decisions, so you don't end up regretting it on the long run. Okay, so the third lesson that I learned from this movie is talking about decisions. Your decisions directly or indirectly affect other people too. There is saying that your success is also tied to other people. Why? And your failures are also tied to other people, right? So whatever decisions you're making affect other people as well, directly or indirectly. Because if you check properly, you would notice it in the movie. A lot of people made decisions that affected others. Although some of them did it based off of their own wish and desire, or maybe what they wanted, but it was also affecting other people. Remember when most of them decided they want to leave, and some were like, I don't want to leave, I want to still play the game. When the majority said that they were not going, it ended up affecting and nullifying the decisions of those that want to go. Okay, so yes, sometimes life will give you the permission to make your own decisions, right? And your decisions are leading you where fine and good. But along the line, some other people's decisions might also end up affecting your own decisions. So in life, as you're making your own decisions, ensure that you are making decisions that won't be detrimental to other people. Be considerate, be compassionate, think things through. Don't just be selfish with your decisions. And decisions that you make that affect others doesn't just have to be bad. There are some good decisions that you make that also affect other people for good. So think about your decisions true and true, not just how it's going to affect you, but how it is going to affect other people. If your decisions are wrong, if your decisions are good for you and bad for others, rethink it through. Think about ways you're going to make it acceptable for all and be a win-win for other people. If your decisions are decisions that are going to push other people to their success, still keeping it to yourself, not wanting to push that because you feel, yes, it's going to bless them and not bless me, you're also making a bad decision. By not implementing the decisions that you are meant to implement to help others, you are non-verbally making a bad decision. So always make it a call to think things through whenever you're making decisions. Either your decisions is affecting you or it is affecting other people. Okay, so moving on to the next lesson I learned. This one is a controversial one and not always true in this sense, because sometimes the reverse is also the case. And this next life tip that I learned from the movie is that good people most times die early. Good things most times don't last. I mean, it is something I feel like I've noticed one too many in life and life generally. This is entirely my opinion, right? I'm not saying it is certain or something that is being proven to be statistically correct. I'm just saying it is something that I have noticed, right? And sometimes the reverse is also the case, all right? This is not a concrete rule, right? I am just saying it is something that I have noticed, that good people die early. Good people don't last. Good things don't last. They just leave immediately, right? But in all of this, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be good. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be a nice human being. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be a decent human being. Be a good person. Be a decent human being. Live life to the fullest. Alright, enjoy life. Be nice to your fellow human being. Why doing whatever it is you're doing? Be good. Consider other people. Be rational in your thinking, in your decisions, and in your behavior. But why doing all of those things? Ensure that you are wise. Ensure that you're also taking your brain along. Because one thing I have noticed is that most times, if you're being too good, people will take you as a doormat. I noticed this in the season 1 when the Ali guy was taken as a doormat and he was taking advantage of and ended up dying. I think it happened in the second part as well and the third part. Ensure that as good as you are, nice and good and all of that, ensure that you are wise. Be gentle as a dove, but be wise as the serpent, just like the Bible says. Ensure that you take your brain along with you whenever you're working with your art, so you don't end up dying early, so you don't end up hurting yourself. And those good things that you have, ensure that you protect them with wisdom, because if you don't protect them with wisdom, human being, I feel like they have a thing of destroying things that are good. They have a way of trying to contaminate it or just want to ruin it entirely. Because if you're being honest, most people don't know how to relate or deal with good things or good people, right? So the thing that they do is either they are the one controlling those good things or they ruin it, right? So that is where you play your part, by protecting that good thing that you have. If you're a good person, protecting yourself by being wise, protecting yourself by implementing the word of God, protecting yourself by praying, protecting yourself by surrounding yourself with the right energy. No matter how good you are, ensure that you are also wise at it, to avoid being a doormat, to avoid being taken advantage of, to avoid being used, to avoid being ruined. Okay, see to the lesson that I learned. It's also in regards this being good thing. Ensure that whatever you are doing, that you create a balance between logical and emotion. Don't just follow the emotional part so well that you forget about there is something called the logical part, and don't just follow the logical so well that you forget about the emotions. Because when you start being so logical, forgetting the emotional part without feeling empathy and all of those things, you become heartless, right? And you won't feel the concerns of your fellow human. I noticed it a lot in that movie. Ensure that you create a balance, all right? And don't be so driven by emotions that you lost your senses, that you do things without thinking, because eventually either of them, when you do either of the two, when you are so tilted towards the logical, you might end up hurting yourself or doing things that would chase people away and make you alone, and you might even end up getting killed. And if you're being so emotional, following the emotion link, you might end up doing things senselessly and mindlessly and also end up getting killed. So you need a balance of both emotions and the logic. You can't just be riding on one, you need the both of them. Create a balance and work well with them, all right? Don't be so one-sided with one that you end up derailing and going through the wrong path. No matter where you are, be it in business, relationship with human, whatever it is, you need the emotional intelligence, right? You don't just need the basic intelligence, right? The book smarts and all of those things. You need emotional intelligence. I feel like having an emotional intelligence even puts you above par than others, right? Ensure that your emotional intelligence is an A game, okay? Bring your A game when it comes to the intelligence, because eventually when you're working with humans, the emotional intelligence work better, because with that you're relating with humans and you know how to relate with them better, while bringing the logic into it as well, okay? So ensure that you're not tilting more into one while leaving the other. Carry the both of them on your journey of life, the logic and the emotions, all right? I feel like in this movie a lot of people faulted because it's either they were emotional or they were too logical, right? But when you create a balance, I mean, it gives you a chance to survive life chaos and whatever life brings with you, all right? So moving on to the next life lesson that I learned. No one is coming to save you. This much pronounced in the season 3, where player 222, I felt so much for her, was so dependent and relying on her man to come and save her. A man got distracted and ended up killing the person that was even saving her. Now, just imagine that the other player that saved her, helped her deliver, wasn't there. I feel like she might have been killed long before the man even came to rescue her. Like, the man wasn't even trying to rescue her, he was trying to kill more people with the direction and leading of a drug addict. Alright, so don't end up relying so much that there is someone coming to save you. Well, if someone comes, fine, quite alright, that would be a plus to you, but that shouldn't be your plan A, that shouldn't be your primary basic assignment. No one is coming to save you except you. The only person that I feel like owes the duty or has the duty to save you is yourself. So give yourself that responsibility. On the power. Rely on making yourself the savior of yourself. I know our Lord and personal Savior is Jesus Christ, who helps us to do all things. But then again, the person that is going to do the work, it is you that will do the work. No one is coming for you. Because if you are being honest, everybody has their own things that they are going through. Everybody has their own life challenges they are handling. They might promise you they are coming for you, but along the line, they might get distracted. A man that was meant to come for her got distracted and forgot that he made a promise. No one is coming to save you. Have it at the back of your mind that I am the one that is meant to put in the work to save myself. And if anybody comes along the line to help, that will be a plus. That will be an icing on the cake and not the main cake. Alright? So change your narrative, change your mindset right now, so you don't end up waiting for one so long that you get lost. That before you realize what is going on, there will be time lost and the person will be far gone and all of those things. No one is coming to save you. You are your savior. You are the one that is meant to do the work eventually. Alright? It's either you fight for yourself, you fight so hard for yourself to attain what you need to attain, to get to the zenith you need to get, or you'll fall. You will fall if you keep waiting. You will wait for the longest time and no one will come. Okay? So moving on to the next slide, help comes from where you least expect. Yes, I know I said no one is coming to save you, but then again, when you make yourself the primary person that is going to save you, right? I know that God is constant. The other help coming will be the icing on the cake, which is something I need us to know. So even if help is going to be coming, it might be coming from those places that you least expect. So the main point today is that don't cancel everybody, all right? Don't look down on people so much that you feel like that it might not help you. That security person that you might be downplaying or disregarding might be the person that holds the key to the door that you want to knock on. Yes, the person might be the person holding the key to the next door you want to knock on. You never can tell the connections and the insights. You never can tell the connections, the insights, and the things that people have within them that you need to help you at any point in time. So don't disrespect, don't disregard, don't dehumanize anyone. Help will come. Help most times usually come from places you least expect. So just keep an open mind and be expectant, while also putting in the work in yourself to build yourself. Alright? Whether you like it or not, most times those weakest looking allies that will think you would benefit nothing from might end up being the one that will save your life. So don't ever disregard anyone, never discredit anyone, never. Never, because you are not seeing the big picture. You're only seeing the path that is being shown to you. So you are not even seeing the big picture to know if this person might be the person that will click the button that will take me to my next step. Everybody deserves the love, the respect. You never can tell. You never can tell. Alright? So moving on to the next life lesson that I learned from this movie. This one might be a bit controversial, but very much important and needed. Don't trust anyone, but trust everyone. Alright? In the movie, trusting people easily was kind of fatal, because even from the season 1, we noticed one of the player, Ali, that trusted too easily and ended up getting burnt. He ended up getting killed because of his trust, right? Also in life, it is very dangerous. It is not advisable to trust completely everyone you come in contact with. But then again, you need some level of trust to work with people, because if you have no iota of trust for anyone, then you can't work with anybody. You can't work with anybody. No matter how much you try to fake it, you would find it difficult. But don't trust people entirely that you put your life, your hope, and everything on them. Don't just dish out your trust like that. Make people earn your trust. All right. The world is filled with a lot of different wild characters, trust me, that you genuinely don't want to give access to your life, because you don't want to be at the mercy of someone that might ruin you. You don't want to be at that phase. You don't want to be at that space. So make people earn your trust. So here's a simple paradox I feel like you can work with. Trust wisely, but be prepared for betrayal. Right? I'm not saying you should expect that everybody you trust will betray you. No. As you're trusting, basically, because you're not giving your 100%, so you don't get disappointed and have a shattered heart. Try as much as you can to keep an open mind. Try as much as you can to expect even the worst. Alright? Because eventually, this has to do with wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing, and in order I get in, get wisdom. Now, moving on to the next life lesson that I learned from this movie, which is very much applicable to life. Purpose keeps you alive. This is underestimated. I feel like this is not hyped enough. There is something I posted one time that got a lot of reactions, but I genuinely meant it. I said, if you wake up on a Monday morning or any day in the morning and you have no drive and you have nothing that you want to do for that day, just go back to sleep. And that is the truth, because what are you waking up to do? I feel like purpose and drive to do something pushes people to wake up. That is why you have people that are very depressed. You have a lot of people that are sad because they have nothing that they are living for. So when you have something that you are living for, it gives you the boost to want to live. It gives you a reason to want to get up from your bed. It gives you a reason to want to wake up. It gives you a reason to want to hit the road. It gives you a reason to want to go out and work. Without purpose, you feel lifeless. Purpose is actually that which gives the life. It was even noticed that with the player 456, when he lost purpose and drive because his plans were shattered, he became like purposeless. He felt depressed and he had this dark cloud around him, like this dark energy, like he had no reason to live. He just wanted to die. Multiple times he wanted to die. He became suicidal. And that's also one thing with life. It's things that push people to depression, have no hope, when they have nothing to live for, when they have no drive and nothing that are waking up to, right? Because they'll be like, what's the essence? I'm just wasting and whiling away time here, right? But immediately he got the purpose of protecting the baby 222. You could notice that he had a different energy, he had a different goal, he had a different hint of light in him. His energy became different, his aura became different, his drive was seen. That is what purpose does to the life of man. That is what purpose does to a man, to a woman, to a girl, to a boy. Purpose is like a salt that spices the whole dish. Without purpose, life will be tasteless. You won't even have the need or the hunger or the urge to want to continue doing life because there is no salt. But once the salt comes in, it becomes tasteful, it becomes a palatable and a yummy dish. That is what purpose does. So try as much as you can to ensure that you have a purpose that is driving you in life. Purpose makes life worth living. Purpose makes life interesting. So you might be feeling down now because you have no purpose. When you go actually have an introspection and think about your life, what is that purpose that is driving you? Is it weak or is it dying down? Find a means to reignite it. Alright, if you want me to make a video on how to find your purpose or reignite your purpose, please drop it in the comment section and I promise to do just that. Alright, because purpose is very important to living a fulfilling life. Purpose is actually very important to actualizing your dreams. Purpose is important to having a blissful life. Purpose is important to breaking free from depression. You might be depressed because you have no purpose. Alright? Purpose is a key and a source to life. And one thing I've realized and noticed about purpose is that even when the pain is there, even when you're going through the trials, the temptations and all of those things, once the purpose is there, the pain will be bearable. Alright, so what makes it easy for most people to succumb to depression, to pain, to anger, to all of those things is because they have no purpose, and purpose is hope. Alright, so when that is gone, you'll be like, what is the essence of going through this pain? There is no end result. There is no light at the tunnel that I am seeing. That is why they cave in to the dark cloud. That is why they cave into the depression. That is why they cave into all of those negative naysayers and all of those things. But when the purpose is there, it is hope. And it is telling you, even though I'm going through this pain now, even though I'm going through these trials, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a good result that is coming in. This pain is just lasting for this moment. It is just for this moment. But there is something better up at the end that would be a good compensation for all of this. With purpose, you can achieve anything you set your mind and heart to do, no matter how long it takes. Purpose makes that possible. Life lesson is be nice to everyone. Be a decent human being. Alright, don't be the trashy human being in the group. Don't be the one that will want to make a joke out of people pain. Don't be the one that will make people uncomfortable. Don't be the one that wants to ruin people's life. Don't be the one that wants to be a source of pain to people. Don't be the one that wants to transfer their aggression to people. Don't be the one that wants to transfer their trauma. Don't be the one that wants to transfer their trauma. Don't be the one that wants to make people feel pain because you're feeling pain. Everybody is going through life one way or the other. The fact that some people are hiding theirs or they are not showing theirs doesn't mean that they are not going through pain. Everyone has one thing that they are going through, alright? Be a decent human being. That is the least thing you can do. I feel like that's one thing that was very prevalent in the season 1, season 2, and season 3. There's always one villain that is a pain and a wicked person to most people, especially the weakest ones. Alright, so try as much as you can to learn from this, to be a nice and decent human being. It doesn't have to be that you're giving them resources or anything. Something as good as speaking decent words, something as good as smiling to people, making sure that people at least are comfortable and you are at peace with people, especially when it is something that you can do. Alright? Because you might actually not realize it, but the good thing you do might, in the long run, save your life or the life of your child or the life of any of your relatives or even someone else's life. Because one thing about good dates is that it's like a chain reaction. When you are good to someone today, when you are nice and good to someone today, the person will be so thought, they will extend it, and the person extended it to be extended and to keep going around the world. Imagine in a world where everyone is nice and decent, peaceful and all. It will really be a wonderful world. Alright, so try as much as you can to be a good, decent, and a nice human being. It takes nothing to be a decent person. Get to that point where you are too full of yourself, start feeling like nobody is above me, everyone is beneath me. No. There is a songwriter that said that the world is evolving, so you can never tell what tomorrow holds. You might be number 1 today, but tomorrow you might end up finding yourself as number 10. And the person that you mocked as number 10 might end up becoming number 1. Alright? So the world is evolving, the world is changing. You can't brag of what you have because you don't know what tomorrow holds. So try as much as you can to be a nice and a decent human being. So moving on to the next life lesson that I learned from this. This can also be debated, but most times people care for you or care about you when it will only benefit them. This was a repeated pattern in the Squid Game movie. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. People care about you and think good about you when it will only benefit them. But that's not cancelling the fact that there are people that genuinely care about you and genuinely care about people without expecting anything in return. There are people like that. And shout out to people like that. There are people like that. But majority of people only care about you and speak good of you or want to hang around you because they have something to benefit from you. And maybe when you withdraw that benefit that they are gaining from you, they'll flip the coin and become something else. I feel like you should do this one time. Maybe say no to people that are benefiting something from you and see their reactions. So you get to see the wolves in sheep's clothing that you are surrounding around you. To avoid being in a huge dilemma one day and realizing that you have no friends around you. But majority of the people hang around people, especially people they benefit from, because of the goodies that they are getting. That is the harsh reality of life. I am so sorry. That is the harsh reality of life. Most times, it is usually the 1% of the 1% that genuinely care about you and hang around you without expecting anything in return. And when you find those kind of people, I admonish you to keep them because they are rare, very much rare. Alright, so moving on to the next life lesson that I learned from this movie. Most people are greedy. A lot of people are greedy. Humans, majority of us are greedy. Like, noticed it from the season 1 even to the season 3. Greed is something that has eaten deep into the heart of men. I mean, imagine when during the first game, even to the last game, where most of them earn amounts, they might call it basic amounts that they could never have earned in their real world while working. And they had the options to live with that basic amount. Most of them still wanted to stay put to get the whole of it, even if it means dying, even if it means other people dying. They didn't care, they just wanted it all. The greed spoke volume. The greed of humans spoke volume in that movie. Greed, and I feel like it's one thing that once it has a grip on you, completely ruins you if you don't take cognizance of it and deal with it. Greed kills. Right? You won't even want about it. It goes hand in hand with pride. Greed and pride goes hand in hand. You won't realize that you're dying until you're finally dead. You won't realize that these two siblings are taking you to the path of doom until it has finally finished you, it has finally real. The thing you can do for yourself is when you realize that you're going through this path, you just bring yourself out. Because if you're blinded by pride and greed and you keep walking with them, they'll sweet talk you into your doom. They'll sweet talk you into your death. They'll sweet talk you into death. They'll sweet talk you into your destruction. Greed, the doom of humans. Actually, for me, Squid Game wasn't just a movie. It wasn't just that typical thriller movie that was all fun and all. Also a warning, a lesson to the kind of society that we're living in, to the kind of people that we are becoming, to the kind of people that we're living with, to the kind of things that is controlling our emotions, that is controlling our life. Alright, question I feel like we should also think about. You might be feeling like, oh, Squid Game is a movie, it's not real. But you might be playing Squid Game with your own life right now without even realizing it. What kind of game are you playing with your life? Are you the kind of person that would do anything for money, even if it means killing people, even if it means seeing your fellow human die, even if it means spilling a bit of your blood to get there? I think this is a call for us to self-reflect though, alright? So this is practically all I have for you on this Real Talk episode. This video is today, but if you learned something from this video, please do well to drop a like button, like this video, literally. Drop your comments in the comment section, subscribe to this video and share this video, because when you do this, it will tell YouTube that this is a good video for them to share and recommend more to people. If there are life lessons that you learned from this movie, Squid Game, please also do well to drop it in the comment section. And if there are things that you feel like I escaped, or any part of the movie that interests you the most, that you learned something, also drop it in the comment section. Alright, so this will be wrapping it up for today. Remember, my name is Luchisam and this is Luchijournal. This platform, we do everything self-development, self-improvement, self-growth, life issues in between, and this is also me documenting my life journey and my growth, and we share daily. I do shorts every other day and I post long form videos every Friday. So I'll be seeing you on my next one. Until then, please do take care of yourself. To this.